Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Ashley. Today I wanted to show several ways to stretch your stamp set using the Crafter's Heart stamp set from Trinity Stamps. This is the card that I will be making for today's video. Stay tuned through the end of the video for several other card ideas using this stamp set. So in this up-close view, you can see there's a lot of fun images within this stamp set, and most have a straight edge, which makes fussy cutting them out very easy. I cut out a whole bunch of images, and these are the ones I decided to use for this card. I'll be using Distress Oxide in Spun Sugar, Worn Lipstick, and Picked Raspberry to create an ombre ink look across the slimline card base. I like to use the blending brushes from Trinity Stamps because they have that tapered edge and it's just perfect for blending. So I'm starting out with Bristol Smooth cardstock. I honestly believe this is the best paper for ink blending. So I'm starting with the lightest color, and then I go about 1/3 of the way. Then I'll switch to the Worn Lipstick. And throughout this whole process, I'm only using 2 blending brushes. So once I have the lightest color laid down, I'll go in with the Worn Lipstick, like I said, and kind of blend that another 1/3 of the way down. And then I'll switch back to my blending brush that I used for the Spun Sugar, and then go back to the one that I used for Worn Lipstick without going back into the ink, since there's still that rich pigment within the brush. I kind of do the same technique when I'm switching to Picked Raspberry and go back and forth on that line. I will have store links in my description below. So one word about cleaning these blending brushes: you can either just rub the ink off on a cloth or paper towel and they'll be ready to go for the next time you need to use them. Or if you're looking for a deeper clean, you can rinse them under warm running water until it runs clear. I find the drying time then for that process is anywhere between 12 to 24 hours. So next I'm going to color in all of my little cut out images using some light pinks, medium pinks, and then at the end I kind of go back in with some more magenta shades just to kind of match up with the ombre background. I will have all of these colors listed in the description below, but they are all alcohol markers from Spectrum Noir. So one fun thing about this marker that I'm using here, it's called a tri-blend marker. I'm also using the Illustrator, but the tri-blend marker has 3 shades in one marker. So if you're not wanting to do the traditional alcohol ink blending coloring, you can always just take one color, color one part of your image in that. Take another color, like the medium shade, color another part of your image. That's kind of what I'm doing on this one. And then take another color and color another part with the darkest shade. It's just a fun, different way to use it, and you know it's going to match because all 3 of the colors go together. So I fast forwarded a little bit here. I decided to switch out one of the images for that little jar set. I switched out the foam tape roll. I think that's what it is. So now I am just assembling kind of how I want everything to be laid out here. One tip that I have for you, if you're doing something like this in a line, is to do like the left side and then the right side and get those where you want them. And then you'll see I come in and do the center one, and then I can kind of fill in each side. So they're all spaced evenly. I used to have such a hard time spacing things out, but doing it this way really helps. So I started out using this liquid glue, which was brand new, so it was like coming out a lot. So you'll see halfway through I switched to a little glue pen, which was much more manageable for these small size images. And that's also why I used the acrylic block to kind of hold it down, because it was like trying to take on a bunch of glue. I thought I mentioned too, I did do some water spraying on the Distress Oxide that I did not do on camera. So next I'm taking some just solid pink cardstock and die cutting out the frame, which is part of the Slimline die series frame and fold die set. I just thought it would tie the whole card in together. And you also get this nice bonus inside piece here to save for another project, which I'm definitely saving. So a side note here, I had a lot of requests on how I clean my cutting plates. These are from the Gemini Junior, and also how you can make them straight if they warp again from use. So I will have a video coming up shortly of that. So next what I'm doing here is stamping out my sentiment on some black cardstock. I did a little anti-static powder on the back since it's black, and stamped it with some Versamark. Now I'm just using some Ranger white embossing powder. I always like to emboss, especially with white, from the back. It just makes it much more crisp. You don't get any of that over melting kind of look that you see sometimes. Then I just go over the front of it real quick. So I'm going to adhere that down to the center bottom of the card. And then next I'm going to add some embellishments. So I love these jelly drop hearts. They're clear, and they are from Trinity Stamps. They have an amazing selection of embellishments on their site. You should check it out. To adhere these, I'm just using some Ranger multimedia glue and using a little sticky tool the best I can. If you've watched my videos, you know I have issues with little sticky tools, gem tools. I end up using my fingers for part of it. So I'm just kind of putting those all around in different locations on the card. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to come in with this just clear sparkle brush. This is from Spectrum Noir as well, and at first I was just going to do parts of it, but then I just end up covering the whole image, and I do that for all of them. Kind of hard to tell on camera, but it's very sparkly. I added a couple more of those jelly drops to the center of the card too. So next I wanted to show you some other cards that I made off camera using the Crafters Heart stamp set. So for these ones I actually stamped on different pattern paper cardstock and then cut them out, and then I put them on the little mini card, which is part of the frame and fold die set. And I just think it's really cute and a different look using pattern paper. I don't feel like I use pattern paper enough, but I have so much of it. For this next card, I used the little monsters, which are just so cute. I had to add some googly eyes to this one too. And then I cut out some of the utensils in the artsy utensils from the stamp set and added them to her little arms. I just think that's so cute, and it kind of opens up the possibilities of what you could use all the little images for. So you can think of whatever cute little critters you might have that you could add these to them. And this stamp set has so many cute little sentiments too that go with any kind of card. For this last card, I created a background with that stamp. I just think this one turned out awesome. You have to use a little bit of Tetris to kind of figure out how to fit it all together, but there's also some like little individual stamps, some little sequins and a heart that you can fill in any holes that you might have. I used some white embossing powder, and then I ink blended over the top to create a rainbow look. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I just love all the possibilities to use this stamp set and so many ways that you can stretch your stamps. So I would love for you to subscribe to my channel, comment and like this video, and if you would like, you can hit the little bell so you can be notified when I have new videos coming up. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.